You wake up at 5 a.m. while the world sleeps. Your alarm didn't wake you, your discipline did. But here's what most people don't understand about discipline. It's not about forcing yourself to do things you hate. It's about becoming someone you can't help but respect. The ancient Stoics knew a secret that modern psychology is just beginning to prove. Your ability to control yourself isn't just a skill. It's literally the force that shapes your entire destiny. 2,000 years ago, the most powerful man in the world sat alone in his tent, writing in his journal by candlelight. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, could have indulged in any pleasure imaginable. Instead, he chose the harder path, the path of self-mastery. Why would someone with unlimited power choose discipline over indulgence? Because he understood something that would change your life if you truly grasped it. You see, discipline isn't what you think it is. It's not about white-knuckling through cold showers or forcing yourself to eat salads. That's just willpower, and willpower runs out. Real discipline, the kind that Marcus Aurelius practiced, is something far more profound. It's the ability to align your actions with your deepest values, even when, especially when, no one is watching. But here's where it gets interesting. Every moment you choose discipline, you're not just completing a task, you're literally rewiring your brain. Modern neuroscience confirms what the Stoics intuited. Every act of self-control strengthens your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making, focus, and long-term thinking. But every time you give in to impulse, you're strengthening the limbic system, the part that craves immediate gratification. Think of it this way. Your brain is like a muscle, and every choice you make is a rep. The question is, which muscle are you training? Ryan Holiday, in his book Discipline is Destiny, reveals something that might shock you. He shows how discipline isn't the enemy of freedom, it is freedom. Consider this: the person who can't control their spending is enslaved by their impulses. The person who can't wake up early is imprisoned by their comfort zone. The person who can't say no to distractions is held captive by every notification. But the disciplined person, they're free to pursue what actually matters. Here's what's fascinating about the Stoic approach to discipline. They didn't see it as self-punishment. They saw it as self-liberation. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. But what does this really mean for your daily life? It means that every morning you face a choice that will determine not just your day, but your destiny. But here's the twist that changes everything. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. The Stoics understood that you don't become disciplined by never failing. You become disciplined by getting back up every time you fall. Marcus Aurelius failed countless times. He struggled with anger, with doubt, with the weight of impossible decisions. Yet he kept returning to his principles. Why? Because he knew that discipline isn't a destination, it's a practice. This is where the real power reveals itself. When you commit to discipline, you're not just changing your habits, you're changing your identity. Every time you choose the harder path, you prove to yourself that you're the kind of person who chooses the harder path. Every time you honor your commitments to yourself, you become more trustworthy in your own eyes. This is why discipline is destiny, because who you become through the practice of self-control determines what becomes possible in your life. The ancient Stoics had a term for this: premeditatio malorum, the practice of imagining setbacks before they happen. Not to become pessimistic, but to build the mental muscle that turns obstacles into opportunities. When you've already mentally rehearsed staying disciplined during difficult times, The actual challenge becomes just another day at the gym for your character. So here's your choice, and it's a choice you'll make again and again every single day. Will you be the person who lets their feelings decide their actions? Or will you be the person whose actions shape their feelings? Will you be enslaved by your impulses or liberated by your principles? The path of discipline isn't easy, but it's the only path that leads to the person you're capable of becoming. Marcus Aurelius spent his life proving that true power comes not from controlling others, but from controlling yourself. Your discipline isn't just shaping your habits, it's forging your destiny. The question isn't whether you can be disciplined for a day or a week. The question is, who will you choose to become, one choice at a time? Because in the end, discipline isn't just something you do. Discipline is something you are, and that, more than any external circumstance, will determine the course of your entire life. The emperor understood what you're just beginning to discover. Your habits don't just fill your days, they create your destiny.